Hi, it's Jane here from craftwithjane.co.uk, and today I'm bringing you this lovely gift bag. I just think it's a brilliant size, really versatile, and I'm using a new suite and stamp set. So the stamp set I'm using is the Impressions of Bloom, and I've got this I Appreciate You on this one, which I think is just a lovely sentiment, and I'm going to do Thanks on the other one. There are coordinating dies to match this stamp set as well. And the paper that I've used is the Coordinating Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper, which is beautiful and is fast becoming one of my favourites in the new catalogue. Yeah, I just think it's really versatile, beautiful size gift bag, very, very handy to have and give some beautiful gifts in. Just to remind everyone that measurements in metric centimetres and imperial inches will be on my blog post, and I'll put links to my blog post below for you. So I'm going to start off with some Designer Series paper measuring 10 by 12 inches, and you can see the design of the pattern. So this 12 inches is the long side just here, and this is where the pattern will be facing towards you. And I'm going to score it at 1 inch, 4 and a half, 6 and a half, and 10. And then I'm going to turn it onto its side, and I'm going to score it at 2 and then 8, and that's all the scoring done. So I'm just going to burnish the score lines. So I know that that's the bottom of the gift bag, so I'm going to do that one this way. But then this is going to be the top of the gift bag, so I'm going to score it this way because this becomes the B side of the paper, which will be the top of the gift bag to add that element of different texture, different patterns. So that's going to go there, so I'll just do that. And then I will burnish all of my side elements whilst trying to keep this top piece just like this. There we go, like that. I love a good gift bag. I just think they're so versatile. You can be gifting them to people with any kind of gift inside, and you can make different size ones as well. So I'm just going to chip away at this here. So this will become my tab just there. My tab piece just here, and then I'm going to just gently take a little slither away at the top corner just like that, and then if you open that out you can see that there's a little wedge just in there. And then I'm going to need to go on the bottom and cut up my score lines like so, and then with these side ones I'm going to wedge in. So they're the rectangle, stays more of a rectangle shape, and then the little squares here will become the pieces that I wedge in. Like so, just like that. And then I'm going to do the same on this edge here. Like that. And then at this side as well, just like that. And that is the cutting. It's a very simple cutting, you can see, and that's a template just there. So I'm going to use some of my tear and tape for the side. So I will put this just like so. I'm going to put a piece there, and then I'll pop a piece like this. And then what I'm going to do is bend this down, but I'm going to bend this that way so that it allows the freedom for this to adhere without trapping this piece, because I'm going to need to use some liquid glue to get that into place. So I'll pull this, I'll just pull my tear and tape off. Sometimes I like to use a bit of tear and tape on my projects. I just find sometimes it's easier for gluing purposes. I'll bend this one over here, keeping it all nice and straight, and then I'm going to bend this in, making sure that I keep this lined up beautifully like so. And then I'm going to put some liquid glue on this little piece here, just like this, and I'll lift this up and gently bring that in, press that down like so, and then I'll pop a little bit of glue just on this side here and do the same. And that kind of holds that into place then, just like that. And I'm going to give that a minute to dry, and I'll just bend it both ways, burnish it both ways so that I know that it's going to fold beautifully and match up. Just like that. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to glue the bottom of the bag. So I'm going to put one piece down to start with. I will put some glue on my tab just here. Press that one across. Same on this one here. And then press that one across. And I'll hold that into place, and then I'll put a nice little lining on the edge and through the middle of this one here, and just bring that down and make sure that it's lined up relatively straight. Turn it over, use my lovely bone folder, and just make sure that the bottom is pressed down. And then hopefully this is dried. I'm going to squeeze this in, keeping those two corners like so at the top just here. And that's sort of my bag shape coming in beautifully. You can see if I press those sides in just like that. Excellent. And that there, I'll press that down and just make sure to burnish these edges just here like so. And that sort of brings it together, but it will open up, but it sort of brings it together like that. What I'm going to do next is get my ribbon out. I'm going to use some plain white ribbon, which I love, and I will hold that together, place it down like so, and then I'm going to try and do a little bow just here. I'll use my finger to press that down. I would like to leave a little bit of a train of ribbon because I just think it looks really pretty. On a nice size gift bag, you can afford to do this. Bring that like so, and I'll just make sure that's in the right place, and then I'll just cut this off just there. And that's the ribbon just there, and I have used the Stylish Shapes dies, one of my favourite, as most people will know, and I've used the larger one of the two smaller die cuts here, which is the banner ones, and I've stamped out the word thanks like so, and I'm just going to use a glue dot to put on the edge, and then I can just put it into place. So oops, there we go. So I'll grab a glue dot like this. I'll just pop it in the center just there like so, and then I will just literally pop it under where my ribbon sits and just press that down there. And then lastly, I'm going to use the coordinating gems, which are the 25 to 27 in colour flat pearls, and I will pop some of these on. So these are the colours that I can pick from, and I think I'm going to pick the pink. So I'm going to use one like that, and I'm going to use one of the smaller ones like that, I think. Perfect. So these are my Florals in Bloom gift bags. Hope you've enjoyed today's project. Please do follow the links below for all the instructions, measurements on my blog post. There's an amazing joining offer this month. So if you are interested and you'd like to join my amazing team, please do follow the links below. You can reach out and we can have a chat. And as usual, if you're interested in purchasing any of the products that I've shown today, you live within any of the countries in Europe Stampin' Up sells in, please feel free to shop with me. I'd be delighted to earn your custom. Again, the links are below, and I've linked all the products that I've used today. I'm going to say bye for now, guys, and happy crafting.